Hey guys, been a minute. So a while back I made a tier list video on anime MCs. I'll link it somewhere in the video if you're interested. So today I decided to make another tier list. This time it's based on Antagonist. Yeah, this is probably gonna be a lot. There are lots of guys in this thing. Anyways, the tier list is mostly the same. To start off, we have Demon. This is reserved for like the most villainous, evil person that you can think of. We have Great, really good antagonists, but they were just a tier below the Demon tier. We have Solid, they did their job, really enjoyable. We have Mid, not too crazy, but not bad. Underwoman / boring. Let's just call this boring for now. These are the guys that I kind of expected more from, but in the grand scheme of things, they didn't really do much. And then we'll have Trash, which speaks for itself. And we'll have like a tier list for the guys that I don't know. I guess we can start off with that. So to start off, we have this guy. I don't know who this is. I just put him right here. I think that's Shannon from GT. I just remember him having that fight at the end, but I didn't watch GT, so I can't really say much about him. I don't know who this is. I think this is the guy that Saitama fought in One Punch Man. I mean, he did his job, but he didn't leave an impression like that. It's mostly just food for Saitama, so how could I rank him? I'll put him at mid for now. We have Dolphy. I mean, enough said. You know who he is. This guy's probably like top 5 for me. Like, there's just so much he did. In regards to Dolphy, just don't cross him, because he values loyalty over everything else. You can ask his brother who got killed because of that. Dolphy was on a different level. He carries Dressrosa so much. Like, he left such a good impression on the show. Kind of weird that One Piece characters are so big. We have the Burr from Dragon Ball. He did his job. I'll put him in mid. We have Kabuto. This is a tricky one. Here's the thing. In terms of writing, Kabuto is actually underrated, but at the same time, I didn't feel that connection with him as a villain compared to the other guys. And also, I think it's because like he was so heavily linked to Orochimaru. I don't know. I'll put him in mid. This is Yowak. From what I remembered, Yowak was great. I didn't really like how he went out in the manga, but maybe the anime might rectify it. This is Killua's brother. I don't know how to rate this. Yes, he's a piece of shit, but at the same time, he wasn't really a villain. Let's just call this not really a bad guy. I'll just put him right here. Alright, first hot take. Aizen. I know a lot of beach guys like this guy, and I know a lot of people think he's like the bar when it comes to writing good villains, but at first, like when Aizen had the glasses and he faked his whole death with the whole Soul Society thing, it was amazing, but I just don't know what happened. Like, he just lost so much steam for me by the time he actually decided to fight. And it's so weird because initially like I remember seeing this so clean, man, and they just went to this. Like, I remember when I was watching this for the first time, I was more gassed for Ichigo just beating his ass than Aizen himself transforming. The guy just spent the whole arc just talking and not doing anything, and it just annoyed me. And then when he actually fought, I just wanted someone to just find a way to just beat this guy because his abilities were just so broken. Like, it was annoying. It's crazy because Aizen was so good at first, but then he just went out like shit. I just put him in solid now because he gave off a really good first impression. Lucci was good. I heard he's doing some things in One Piece right now currently. From what I remembered in the Water 7 thing, I'll put him in solid. Gentle Criminal, this guy is underrated. I like his small little arc that he had in My Hero. I'll put him in solid. God, I forgot this guy's name. That guy's garbage. Reiner is good. Here's the thing. Reiner was a villain, and then we had a time skip, and then he kind of became a good guy, kind of. Attack on Titan is not really that straightforward when it comes to villains. In regards to him as a villain though, I'ma just restrict him for now, keep him in solid. I might bring him up back later. I think this is Giovanni from Pokemon. I don't have much memories of the Pokemon anime that much because I watched it as a kid. Like, the only thing I can remember is like the movie, the one with Mewtwo. I wonder if Mewtwo is on this list, but I don't remember much about Giovanni. Kid Buu, in terms of concept, he'd be right here, but everything around him is garbage. I'm sorry, a hot take for DBZ, but I just keep Buu in great for now. Bertold, put Bertold at mid. He did his thing, but he lacked the personality compared to Rhino. Dr. Jiro was alright, but he didn't really get to do much because he kind of just died fast. I'm gonna put him at mid. Ginjo is underrated. I don't get why people hate the Fullbringer arc. Like, it's so good. I'll put him at solid for now. I remember Luffy fighting this guy way back in East Blue. Luffy kind of just whooped his ass. Mariram, I can't speak on him because I just didn't finish Hunter x Hunter. I could give you the excuse that the main reason why I didn't finish the show because I got spoiled twice. I know a lot of people love him, so I just put him at don't know for now. The Guinea Force, put him at solid. Conan was cool, but it was kind of boring. Oh, this is old boy. He had a great fight with Deku. He did his thing. Peter, another character that I can't really rate because I got spoiled because of what he did. I don't really feel anything towards him. This is Babidi. I don't remember much about Babidi though. I think it's because the whole Boo just overshadows him. Should I put him at trash? I'll put him at trash. Okay, really good. Madara got so hot. Like, we all know the moments that he had. It's even like a whole video about it. I just keep Madara right here. Insect guy from Demon Slayer. I'll put him at mid. Kisame is so underrated, man. Kinda wish I saw more of him. Anytime I saw him, he's always doing really cool stuff. I'll put him at solid. Is that Megatron? No, that's not Megatron. Big Mom. great. We love Big Mom. Tozen, I found Tozen kind of boring. Sorry. Toka, I know a lot of people like Toka, but I wasn't really that crazy about it. Cell was cool. Cell had good moments and he also had bad moments. Like for every scene of him being cool in his perfect form or even his introduction, I still can't forget that he self-reported to Piccolo the first time he asked him a question. I'll put him on solid for now. Darby, it's not like Darby's a bad character. I just don't care that much. Mid, I guess. Hit was cool. Data, underrated. I still don't know how Sasuke survived that fight with him. This is the fish guy. To be fair, the episode that he had, it was really good. He was alright. This guy needs to be locked up immediately. He's one of the biggest pieces of shit on this list. If you guys watch Inuyashiki, you know what this guy's on. Riz. Yo, Riz is so good. That just remind me. Can Beastars like get up season 3 please? Like I need to see Melon. If you guys like this guy, you're gonna love the next villain that they get. I put Riz at grade. Oh, I remember this guy. Like I'm watching anime currently. He's cool. He was alright. I mean he did his job. Oh, 7 Deadly Sins? Garbage. Muzan. Here's the thing. I read the thing like a few years back. This guy is basically Aizen but on a much worse scale. Here's the thing. Muzan was actually like really good up until he actually decides to fight. Oh my god, this guy's a dumpster fire. I'm not gonna spoil for now because I think they're gonna have a movie, but my lord in heaven. Nappa was great. Stain was good. Baby, again, don't know much about GT. Arlong is such an amazing character, especially when we get to Fishman Island and we get to retextualize his whole motivation and everything. Yeah, he's good. Foxy, two things. The part of the story he was involved in, it was so fun to read through, but at the same time, I just hate him in terms of his design, personality, his abilities. I hate everything about him, but for some reason he works. So I just put him at mid for now. Crollo was cool. I kinda wish I saw more of him though. NL was cooler first, but then he got boring. Hisoka, why is that Predator on my list? First type of sniper on the list. Where would I put him? I'll put him at solid for now. Shit, what's her name again? Haku was cool. I mid. What the hell is that? Frieza. If we're talking Z Frieza, he's gonna be right here. If we're talking Super Frieza, garbage, I'll put Frieza right here. Goku Black was so cool. Does Zamasu count as well in this? Again, this guy. The fact that all of his intrigue and build up went into him just trying to kill Aizen from a sneak attack, I'm putting him in garbage. People love him, but no. Gendo, he's not necessarily a villain, but for the fact that you're a horrible person, I'm putting you right here. This guy's a horrible person, man. King Piccolo's good. He's solid. Garo is goated. If there's one thing I recommend you guys read the One Punch Man manga. Like, it's so good. Especially when you see what this guy does. Oh my lord. This guy looks like a freak. Is that the boy? I have my ghosts on this list. Shishio. These two literally give off the same energy. After some consideration, I'm gonna drop this guy down. This is the mom from Promised Neverland. She's good. Jiren. This is weird because in the anime, Jiren was kind of boring, but the manga gave me so much more love for him. I'll put Jiren at mid for now. Kaido was great. I just love all the build up to him. Oh, there's Zamasu. Alright, so I'll put Zamasu right here and then bring Goku Black up to... I'll bring him up to mid. Katakuri was cool. I'll put Katakuri at solid. Hidan was funny as shit. I'm sorry. Hidan should be fine right here. Pain. He's probably the best villain in Naruto. Should I put him up here with these guys? I don't know. I keep Pain up here for now. Is that the chick from Shield Hero? I don't remember anything from the show. Oh, so we're doing different forms of Boo. Okay, this makes things much easier. This is Super Boo. I'll put Super Boo in mid and then put Kid Boo up here. And then if I say Majin Boo, I'll put him at grade. The wannabe Frieza guy, I'll put him at trash. Toppa is good. We love Toppa here. Crocodile's going up in grade. He's probably one of my favorite One Piece villains. Up there with Duffy. Dio. This is Hate Incarnate. Zeke. In the grand scheme of things, he was great. Kaguya. So weird. It's unfortunate though, because Kaguya came in at the wrong time. If they had like a whole section just for her, I would have warmed up to her more, but she just came in at the wrong time with little build up. Unfortunately, we have to put you in trash. I'm sorry. All for One is so good. I've only watched the anime, so I don't know if he does any stupid stuff in the manga. That one scene alone where we saw him for the first time, that was so cool. This was after the Seibaku graphic. Look how scared they are. Look at this guy. He put the fear of God in these kids, and the music is so good as well. I'm putting this guy up here for now, just for that one scene alone. I'm sorry. I forgot this guy's name. He started off so well, but he kind of just burned out. I guess I put him at boring. Shigaraki, from everything I've seen from him, he seems good. I'm interested to see how he develops in the show though. This is Pain, but I don't know why there are two pictures. Naruto, this was food for Kenpachi, so Blackbeard. I like Blackbeard, but I need to actually see him do something in the show. Anytime I see him, he always just there talking and vibing. I need to see him get active. Orochimaru was so cool. Shippuden came and then he just got killed off. Saki Martyr. Raditz did his job. Who the hell is this guy? I feel like I've seen seen him before, but I don't remember seeing him in Yu Yu Hakusho. If you guys watch Yu Yu Hakusho, remind me who this guy is, please. Obito, I don't know how they shit the bed with this guy. Like, I was thinking of putting him in mid for sympathy, but thinking about him more, I put him in trash. Grimdrell, my guy. I want to put him up here just because I like him. I have to nerf him and put it right here. Okiara was great. My only gripe with this guy was just that he was talking way too much. Like, he just could not stop talking. Annie was on timing. When Annie came in and she was just wrecking stuff up, I'm sorry. This is the older Toguro. This is a nasty brother, but he works. Like, there's this scene in the Dark Tournament. I think he was fighting someone. I think it was Kurabara. He was talking crazy about Genkai who died earlier. I just wanted him to die at the spot. Kinda cool that the younger brother just killed him on the spot for that. Moving on, the actual Toguro, the younger one, I'll put him at great. It's weird because initially I was kind of confused about him towards the end, but after like rewatching the show, thinking about it, he was good. Initially he was just this bad guy that just wanted to fight, but he still had like a nasty type of vibe to him. But then at the end they tried to like justify his actions to just being him wanting a good fight. At the time I thought that was kind of dumb. If he was really that motivated about fighting somebody, he didn't have to like do all the nasty stuff that he did, but I can let that go. There are other guys on this list that do worse stuff than him. This is the major from Hellsing. This was a funny brother. I opened my grade. Don't know this guy. I need to watch for you one day. Itachi. Alright, hot take number 2. I think Itachi is garbage. At first he was cool, but when I found out about the plot twist about him doing what he did because he wanted to protect the village, I remember being very upset at the time. What I thought a character was just completely changed on the spot. I remember being upset because it made no sense considering everything that he did before. Him murdering his family for quote unquote saving the village doesn't take away from the fact that in the original series he beat up his brother and put him in a genjutsu, which is like an illusion. I think he made him witness his family get murdered like around 400 or 1000 times, and he expect me to believe that person's good? Like, nah. That plot twist alone ruined Itachi for me. Moria was cool at first, but he's garbage. Super 17, didn't watch GT. What the hell is that? Is that Hody? It's so weird. I felt like Hody could have been a better character than he was. They could have done so much more with Hody considering the story of Fishman Island. And even the thing with Arlong, like I felt like that could have been like a good motivator for him. This is the guy that got killed by Killua. I mean, he did his job. So this is the guy from Cowboy Bebop. I feel like putting him in boring. Not that he's bad. I wish I saw more of him. That's probably the biggest complaint I had for Cowboy Bebop. I just didn't feel a connection with him. Zabuza was a good first villain for Naruto. Is this Seraph? Here's the thing. I dropped Fairy Tail because at the time I was just busy with school. I'm thinking of like starting over and picking it up back one day. From what I remember really liking Seraph. Don't know if it ends up being better than he was or worse than he is. So for now, I'll put Seraph at solid. This is Sasori, right? Sasori was alright. Broly, not really a bad guy. If it was Z Broly, no, that's a different story. But this is Super. This is Twice from My Hero. I think he's alright. I like that whole thing with him and Hawks though. Like, that's some real on-site beef right there. We have Castlevania characters here. I love this list. Alright, so first we have Camilo. I love Camilo. Lenore isn't really a villain though. Kinda a nasty side to her, but I wouldn't count her as a villain. This is Dracula or Vlad. Recently, he's one of my favorite villains ever. He has so many good scenes in the show. Like, I'll probably make a video on this guy one day. Maybe. Kefla. Garbage. Janemba is weird because it depends on which day it is. Because one day I think he's like one of the best things Dragon Ball ever made, and then the next day I would just think he's one of the worst characters to be ever brought on to media. I need to find a middle ground. I'll put him in mid. This is Jalal from Fairy Tail. Jalal was cool. I wasn't really that crazy about him. Oh, this is weird. L isn't really a bad guy. I kinda wish that Light was here instead. I can't really put L as a bad guy. This is an antagonist list though. Alright, so I guess he kinda counts then. In that case, I'll put L at grade. Yeah. This is Legato from Trigun, right? Interesting. I've experienced like 3 different versions of Legato. I've read Trigun Maximum, I've watched the original show, and I've recently watched Trigun Stampede. But in all fairness, Legato has been the same person for the most part. Legato is actually kinda cool, but in the manga he's a bit more unhinged. I'll put him as solid for now. This is Atnalogia. The only like good memory I have of him was when he came and like nuked that island where everyone was on. I haven't seen him past that. There's also the scene where he fought, I think it was Igneo, the fire dragon guy, and he beat him. He seems interesting, but I haven't finished Fairy Tail, so I'll put him right here. Speaking of Word Brothers, Griffith, Femto, whatever you want to call this piece of shit. I mean, everyone knows where we're putting him already. I like all of these guys right here, but this guy is like the best villain here. He's one of the handful of characters that I genuinely hate in media. Even though he's so well written, if you guys read Berserk and like you see what he does from start to finish, I don't see how people like this guy on a personal level. I don't get those guys that make jokes about Griffith did nothing wrong. Like Yanni, God. I could make a whole video on Griffith, like Berserk tangent kind of ish. Eclipse aside, you can see all of those seeds that were planted in regards to his fall from grace. There's like so many subtle things that make you hate this guy. Apart from the eclipse, him being this holy and thou righteous guy who doesn't really think of people as his equals, and then he crashes out the moment someone decides to not listen to him for once. Then him him making his transformation and trying to fool people that he's the Antichrist. When I eventually see this guy die in this manga one day, I will be so happy. This is Tsukasa from Dr. Stone. Tsukasa was alright. Rosine. Oh, we're getting more Berserk characters. Rosine's a good character. I like her story and how it parallels to her local friend in the Lost Children's arc. I don't know how that hasn't been animated yet, but I guess we'll never see one day. It's just like an entryway into Berserk instead of just reading the whole thing. I recommend you just read the Lost Children's chapter. I'll put the chapter list on the screen somewhere for you to see it. I'll put Rosine in solid. This is the guy from Parasite. He was cool. I wasn't really that crazy about him. Alright, Makima. Weird. I guess this is spoilers for Chainsaw Man if you haven't read the manga. Here's the thing. Makima is such a perfect character, man. Like, I just love that slow build up to her eventual twist. And like, when you saw the twist, and then when you go back and read through the manga, you will see some little hints here and there indicating that she's not really what she seems like. From what she did with the Katana Man stuff, the incident she had with Rize, the international assassin thing, what she did to Aki and Paul. Oh my lord. Like, a lot of the anime onlys are gonna hate her when she turns heel. And it's gonna be so funny. Oh boy, I think Diaz run for his money. This guy is number 2 hater in the world. I'm sorry. I don't know how someone can just increase in hatred throughout 3 different stories. Cause like, he was kind of hateful in the original Trigun, and then I read Trigun Maximum. This guy was just unhinged, and then for some reason even worse in Stampede. Now you need to go to therapy, my guy. Oh my god, this guy. You're not an antagonist, but you're like a special exception. Like, bro, I wonder if I should make a video on School Days. There's a special place in hell for like people like him. This is the guy from Tokyo Revengers. Here's the thing. This guy was alright at first. Like, he was calculating. He kinda had a presence. But my god, when I found out his motivation for what he did in the show, I was laughing so hard because it was that bad. I don't know how they ruined this guy within like 5 minutes. And I read the manga first. This guy went from cool to garbage. Mahito. Probably recency bias, but Mahito did his job. Similar to Griffith, Mahito is a very hateful person, but he just really works for the show that he's in. Mahito did his thing. This might be a hot take. JJK spoilers. First of all, I really hate Kenjaku so much. Honestly, I didn't see the point of killing off Geto if we were gonna see the same guy again. It's one thing that you're in his body, but it's another thing that you're literally using his same personality. Not even as a way to mock him. Like, this is literally just Geto that happens to have someone's brain inside of it. And then like, I just don't like how he was moving in the manga. Everyone had this high expectation that he was gonna be this 100 IQ mastermind guy that does something in the story, and then he himself were just talking crazy, and then boom, in one chapter Yuta chops off this guy's head and then he's done. Garbage. And for me personally, I actually like that because I personally just prefer Sukuna being the last guy to fight. The actual Geto, I'm putting him at great. I just wish instead of having Kenjaku, we just kept Geto as one of the main villains. Could have easily made a change where in the Zero movie, instead of Gojo killing him off, Geto would still get ruined by Yuta, don't mistake that, but he would have gotten away before Gojo comes back. Or at least Geto would try to fake his death as a way to like throw off people, and then him showing up in Shibuya would still be a good reveal, and then the plan will still be carried out. Everything that Kenjaku did in the story is literally what I could see Geto doing, but on a grander scale. I would have just kept Geto alive up until that point. We have Surumi from Golden Kamuy. This is a funny guy. He always entertains me anytime I see him on the screen. I'll put him in solid. Cooler. I like Cooler's design. I'll put Cooler in solid. Dragon Ball has some really good designs, especially for the villains. S-Def from what the f he calls again? Akame Gab something. This is weird. No, this is easy. She's garbage. Never mind. Alexander said,
well, you know what time it is.
My goats. I'm putting in my grade. Oh, Mewtwo is actually on this. Okay, I'm putting Mewtwo at grade. I know it's a kid's movie, but I recommend you guys watch the first Pokemon movie. Like, this guy was on some Magneto business. Father Pucci, I didn't finish part 6, so I can't speak on it. From what I remembered, I remember liking it. I'll put in my solid. Kira, Freaky better. Kira was good. Diavolo, so hard to rate right now. Everything up to like the last 2 episodes was so perfect from this guy. And then like, I just don't know what happened. Yeah, I'll put Diavolo at solid. Torkel, I like Torkel. But again, Torkel isn't really a bad guy though. I'll put him right there. Sunsui. A lot of Yu Yu Hakusho fans might kill me for this, but Sunsui is garbage. I'm sorry. At first he was cool, but then either the author just gave up on him midway. This guy just started having great personalities I did not see any hint of at all, and then he just randomly got like weird powers, and then it was just a whole mess. I was into him at first, but then he just crashed and burned. We have the Katana Man. He did his job. Oh my god. Van Winkle. I feel so sorry for her. What Alikoi did to you, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. That whole scene was just so so uncomfortable to watch. I'll put Van Winkle right here. Pluto was good. I didn't agree with how they dealt with him in the last part of the show, but Pluto was good. This is Ogata from Golden Kamuy. This is a nasty brother, but he's good. I put him in solid. This is the guy from Mob Psycho. He's cool. This is Friend from 20th Century Boys. This is an interesting part. I don't think Friend himself is that crazy of a character. It's everything that surrounds him that makes him so great. Not necessarily him, but the idea of him. 20th Century Boys is written in such a way where like a big part of the story was finding out who he actually was. And when we actually found out who he was, it didn't really matter. But if I was to rate him personally as a villain, I wouldn't rate him that much highly because he himself don't really do much. I don't know how to rate this guy. I'll put him right here for now. Rio from Neverman. I mean, considering that he's actually Satan in the show, he kinda has to be great. Byakuya. I'm gonna assume this is for like first arc of Bleach where they have to like rescue Rikia. Byakuya was alright. Oh my god. I found someone that I might hate more than Griffith. So this is Bon Jude from Made in Abyss. Long story short, this guy's the biggest piece of garbage that you might actually see on a screen. If you're interested in watching Made in Abyss, just know that this show can be very, very uncomfortable to watch at times. It's kind of crazy because I heard that the manga is somewhat more graphic. I'm genuinely scared to read that. This guy is from the second movie. If you see what he does, bro, this guy is just sick. I'm forced to put him up here for the wrong reasons. My boy, Canute. Been on the fence on Canute because at first I thought he wasn't an antagonist. I think after watching season 2 of Villain Saga, I'm going to assume that he's going to be the main antagonist for the show because they kind of put him in a parallel to Thorfinn. He's one of my favorite characters in Villain Saga right now, and from what I've seen from him, he's been really good. I'll put him in great for now. Oh, Melon, nice. I'm just gonna tell you guys from now, like I said earlier, if you guys love Riz, you're gonna love this guy. There's Riz. Riz's alright. Oh, I'm already getting PTSD. This little girl right here. Fam, this is like an immediate crash out. This is like an android from Wonder Egg Priority. I remember my friend recommended me to watch the show. She has this one quirk about her that just creeps me out so much. Laxus was my guy. I put Laxus in solid. Laxus is probably my favorite antagonist in Fairy Tail so far. Although he's kind of a good guy right now. He was good. This is that weird girl from Your Eternity. I thought she was okay. I'll put her in mid though. Oh my lord. Is Roberta a villain though? I mean, for one episode she was. Roberta in her entirety, it's just hell on earth. I'm sorry, bro. This is Father Musgus from Berserk. Weird brother. Does Berserk not have a villain that isn't a degenerate? I'll probably put him in solid. Sasuke. I wanted him to go in a certain direction, but the story itself took him in a different direction. One that I don't necessarily agree with fully. In my head, I just assumed that going back to the whole thing with Itachi, that twist and Sasuke finding out about it, I assumed that was going to be a catalyst to Sasuke being the actual final villain. Him being so far gone that like Naruto has to like force himself with the idea that he has to kill Sasuke no matter what. But instead, they just teamed up, beat Kaguya. They had a little fight, which was cool. It just doesn't sit well with me when I see guys like him and Orochimaru just roaming in the Leaf Village after everything they've done. Like, both of them literally murdered Kage's, the village chief, and somehow they're just walking around rent-free. Sasuke's a solid character, but I wouldn't say he's a great antagonist. Flock was cool. This is Quan Chi from Chainsaw Man. She's cool. Like, once you see her, you're gonna like her. This is the Gun Devil. If you guys somehow manage to see this thing animated, you're gonna lose your minds. Y'all thought the Shibuya incident was crazy? Wait until you see this. I'll put the Gun Devil like great. Garlic. I like him in Dead Zone. I didn't watch the filler, so I can't speak on that. He was good. This is Akaza from Demon Slayer. This is the guy that killed Rengoku, right? Yeah, I remember liking him. Askeladd, everyone knows he's good, so yo, this list is long. This is Kaneda from Akira. Bro, you would feel sorry for him watching the movie, but if you read the manga, this guy's a piece of shit. Put him in solid. Oh my god. Zod. I want to put him up here so bad. Can I cheat this? I put Zod up here, and then I put Grimjaw right here. Danzo, he's an interesting character, but I kind of wish that the show kind of went more in depth into him as a character. I'll put him in solid for now. Jogo is cool. Pickle, this is so weird. For the fact that he assaulted that news reporter, I'm putting this guy in trash. Z Broly, now he's speaking my language. This is literally a demon right here. Yujiro, I don't know what's worse. This guy always having solutions for everything that comes across him. He was funny at first, but like, it just annoys me that this guy Yujiro just happens to just know everything and he can just get away with everything. I just wish there's someone that could just beat his ass, bro. Like, I'm putting this prick up in grades. Oliver, Biscuit, Mr. IP on men, Mr. I love big women. This guy has to be on roids. Like, no one can be that big. Oliver was alright. And then last person on the list, Sukuna. There's so much appreciation I have for this guy. I honestly thought Sukuna was gonna go one way, but then the author actually commits to him being evil. I should have saw the signs when he refused to help Yuji in trying to save his friend, and then Shibuya was just the nail in the coffin. It even got worse missing the manga. Sukuna has to be up here for now. I think this is my list. Let me just read through it and just see if I can make some adjustments. We have our demons right here. We have the great villains right here. We have the solid guys. We got the mid tiers. We got the semi garbage, and then we actually got garbage. But yeah, that was my list. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any adjustments that you would want to make to the list, let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and take care. Also, I'm working on a back vid, so tune in for that. Yeah, take care. Zod.